Tell me how you speak English so confidently. Let me share some courses that I have done that I think will really pay you back in the future. Not just money-wise, but also like skill-wise. What happened when I got rejected by NIFT? What was my plan B? This is what my plan was. Where did I study my fashion course and what was the name of it? Had you faced depression between the phase after your studies and your earning phase, and how did you handle it? Next question, the one thing that every freaking person always keeps asking me, I don't know why still, how much was my percentage in 10th and 12th? But I was later also I did two courses. How did I get the confidence to leave studies and create content? This, I will tell you, is a very important skill to learn as a student. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Janvi Bhatia, and in case you send in questions for my education and my school life, college life, whatever, then you're about to know a lot about me. A lot of you all have actually asked me about what I've studied, what courses I've done, what stream did I take, etc, and a few deep questions. I decided to do a Q&A on Instagram and YouTube and taken all your questions and put it up in my laptop. I've actually picked 20 questions from the lot. After every 5 questions, I'm going to answer a deep question all about my student life or anything that I would advise you based on all the questions that you guys have asked. Okay, let's start with the most simple yet the most asked one. Am I still studying or have I graduated? And if I have, what was my bachelor's degree in? So it's been 4 years since I've graduated. That seems long, but somehow doesn't. And my bachelor's degree is BMS, which is Bachelor's of Management Studies. I majored in marketing and I studied from the University of Mumbai, specifically from Jain College. So yup, in case you're wondering if I'm still a student, I am not. Second question, what are my education qualifications and which courses did I study? Like I said, I'm a graduate, but I also did a fashion diploma. So for the courses that I could count, I did a fashion designing diploma. I also did a diploma in graphic designing. Or was it a certification course? And I've studied a little bit of digital marketing as a part of extracurricular courses that I used to do in college. Question number 3, how did I become a fashion designer and how to get into the fashion profession? Okay, I became a fashion designer obviously through studying it. I did a diploma in it from International School of Design. I actually also did some courses on fashion styling, and that's pretty much it on the studying part of fashion. I always knew I wanted to get into something clothing. So after finishing all my studies, I interned at a homegrown luxury label of clutches and accessories. And even though the internship was actually in graphic designing, I did work on 2 collections for product designing as well. There was definitely a lot of creativity added there. I could have continued the internship, but I didn't want to. So I moved on ahead in my life. I did content, and that's when I also advertised myself for fashion styling. I used to take up one-on-one personal styling sessions. So proud to say that one of my clients is actually an owner of a fashion boutique now. And obviously for content also, I knew my strength lied in fashion. I knew that I wanted to do something in fashion, and this also summarizes of how I got into the fashion profession. Maybe someday you will actually see my own brand. Let's move on to the 4th question. What was the stream that I had taken after 10th? Was it under family pressure? It's not a new news to you that I couldn't get into NIFT. That was literally my dream college. That was how I wanted to become a fashion designer in the first place. But I couldn't get into it. But I was a good student. So nobody really believed me when I said that I don't really want to do something analytical or practical and want to do something more creative. And the fact that I couldn't get into NIFT just aggregated it for them. I remember a distant relative actually questioned me if I really want to do fashion at all. It hurts when I still remember it. A little part of me and my dad was also convinced that maybe I should take a year drop and not completely leave studying. So we decided to do the next best thing, and that was take commerce, because I could obviously never do science. I left science when I got the chance in 9th standard to drop it and take commerce, and that's the stream that I chose. If I had to sum up, there was a little bit of a family pressure, and that was because I failed once at doing something that I really wanted to do, but destiny led me to good things, so I'm not too mad about it. 5th question, please suggest some practical courses which will pay me back. Let me share some courses that I have done that I think will really pay you back in the future. Not just money wise, but also like skill wise. One thing for sure was digital marketing. I do know how the advertising and social media world works. Like the back end of it is what I've studied as well. Another course that paid me really well was graphic designing. I think I learned so much about editing. I learned so much about designing. Really just practiced and increased my creativity in it. That was the first thing that actually gave me the confidence in doing something freelancing. I remember being an illustrator and taking orders for face portraits, like graphic designed face portraits. My first internship ever was because of graphic designing. Today, everything that I put into content with respect to editing comes by that. And shout out to my dad for pushing me to do it. Moving on. How would your younger self feel by looking at how much you have achieved right now? Honestly, I was just talking to my mom about it a few days ago, and I just told you as well. I'm so happy where destiny threw me, like literally threw me. I don't remember knowing that content creation was a career I remember that I had promised myself to start a YouTube channel. I remember I had promised myself to create content back in the college days. At that time, I actually even knew what really this career is. If you would have told my younger self that I would become a content creator today and all this education that you've done is actually helping, and it's okay if you've not gone to NIF, blah, 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 I would probably not believe you after my rejection from NIFT, because I was like sulking. But I'm genuinely so happy and so proud of myself. I have a lot to achieve now, but for everything that I have done till date, I'm actually very proud of myself. And this is probably the first time that I'm acknowledging it. I feel like crying a little bit right now, but I'm so hard on myself. Before I cry, let's move on to the 7th question. Where did I study my fashion course and what was the name of it? I did a diploma in fashion designing and I studied it from International School of Design. Would I recommend it? To be very honest, a part of it yes, a part of it not. Any fashion designing course will obviously give you like a foundation to build, but eventually you have to build onto it by your creativity, by how hard you push yourself to get into the industry. So the next question being, I've done my bachelor's degree in another field. Is it possible to learn something in fashion styling still? Yes, it is. One of the things that I did after accepting that I'm not getting into NIFT was to know what all things are they studying. Sorry if I'm saying too much NIFT, but I can see a lot of questions in my Q&A also asking what happened when I got rejected by NIFT, what was my plan B. This is what my plan was. I literally went on to knowing what all subjects, what all things are they learning about, and made sure that I take every little thing via my diploma or via other courses that I have to take, which was also so many subjects that I learned through my diploma. Props to that. And again, if I have to answer your question, yes, you can get into fashion even if you've done something else in your bachelor. You can either do another degree again or take up diploma. My 9th question, were you a student when you started content? If yes, then how did you manage it along with studies? Yes, I was a student when I started content. I had a lot on my plate at that time. I really want to get the energy and the dedication from that journey back, college, diploma, plus my content. I really didn't have any reward to it back then. My only reward to it was that, oh, hey, I'm trying to get to do something different. You don't know where it leads to. I never really had any downfalls to it, so I didn't really want to not pursue it. And I was really a fattu when it came to not scoring well. So I was also really into studying. In case there was an exam or something, I would shut content at that time and I would completely focus on my exam. Studies was also like pretty much a priority. I did not really sideline it. So figure out first what your priorities are, and that helps you manage things a lot well. Next question. Had you faced depression between the phase after your studies and your earning phase, and how did you handle it? I would never say that I faced depression. That is really a strong word. I loved the fact that before I could even finish college, I picked up content full time right before finishing college. I think a month or two before finishing college. That's when content actually picked up for me, and I thought I'll give it a go instead of all these corporate things and give myself the time. So I wasn't really sad. I had a lot to figure out on my own. So I think I was never really confused about the fact that I want to start earning and how do I figure out that. My main figuring out was how to earn more and how to put myself out there more. The only time I was extremely sad was when I was switching from fashion to commerce. Next question, the one thing that every freaking person always keeps asking me, I don't know why still, but how much was my percentage in 10th and 12th? My percentage in 10th was 83.7. I think that was good. That was not great to get into best colleges, but my 12th percentage was 90.7 again. That was the first time that I touched 90 and became the 90 percentage student. So I was very happy. But again, a little difficult to get into the best colleges. But thankfully, I made it. Anyway, the next question. Hi, Janvi. Could you help a girl trying to figure out exactly what to do after 10th? Like a few unique suggestions and like how our mindset of balance between academics and actually enjoying. Hope you answer. Lots of love. Okay, me after 10th was a little miserable because मुझे अच्छी college नहीं मिल रही थी. So then we figured out there's this course called vocational course in NM. It's a college in Mumbai again. We got to know that you can learn something very similar to commerce over there as well. I majored in accounting and auditing at that time. I was a full-on account student, and that's so crazy because I switched from accounts to marketing in degree. But as someone who's not enjoyed her college life, I would beg for you to please do that. I was a nerd at that time. Not saying you shouldn't study, but also like have a good balance. I did not participate in the biggest fests of my college. I was a part of the Rotaract Club and did community service, but I would really urge you to participate in the main fest of college as well. It really opens up doors to a lot of friendships. I think in school, I was way more open. School, I had done theatre and I loved theatre. And if I have to talk about my personality today. A lot has been learned from theatre. So I would 100% recommend you, or suggest you at least, to not just study when you're in college after 10th, but also take up these extracurricular things. Also take up like internships if you can, because that will also teach you a lot more about your future and what you want to do. It'll give you an edge over people, or like an unfair advantage if you've done things quicker, but also prioritize your studies at the same time. And so look at me being your mom. But yes, next question. Is there any course that you're pursuing as of now? No, because I'm not a college student anymore. But as a creator also, I did do two courses. One was a part of fashion styling to learn more about it, and second was doing a how to YouTube course from Ankur Warikoo. I think courses से मैं बहुत ज़्यादा सीखी हूँ than like main degree also. And Ankur Warikoo's How to YouTube course was the last course that I'd done. And I think I've learned so much that I've applied onto YouTube today. So big shout out to them and their team. Basically मेरे इस वीडियो से पता तो चल गया होगा कि courses कितने important होते हैं, तो प्लीज़ कर लेना अगर कोई अच्छे मिले और लगता है उसमें सच में कुछ मिले ज्ञान. नेक्स्ट डीप क्वेश्चन. हाउ डिड आई गेट द कॉन्फिडेंस टू लीव स्टडीज एंड क्रिएट कॉन्टेंट? आई थिंक आई रियली डिड, बिकॉज मेरा कॉलेज खत्म हो चुका था. येस, मैं मास्टर्स कर सकती थी, बट आई वॉन्टेड टू गिव टाइम टू वर्किंग एनी वे. लाइक इफ आई वुडंट डू कॉन्टेंट, आई वुड probably do something else in work and then get to doing masters. So थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस तो anyway मिलने वाला था. बस मैंने चूज़ कर लिया कि मुझे किस में एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए. एंड टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, आई डिड थिंक ऑफ डूइंग मास्टर्स. मैं उसके लिए पढ़ना भी शुरू कर दिया था उसके एंट्रेंस एग्जाम के लिए. But I just realized that that is not my calling, and I still just want to get back to doing content full time. And I understood that there's scope and there's good money in it as well. So that's how a lot of these things gave me the confidence to do this and kind of skip the master's plan. I literally weighed down my pros and cons of doing masters versus doing like content. And I think personally for me, this one worked out better. Next question. What is an important skill that is essential to learn as a student? Ooh, this I will tell you is a very important skill to learn as a student, because I have been to colleges, I've been to my own college and school, and I have been to other ones as well. And one thing that I saw as a common thing between a few students, I'm not targeting the ones who are introverted right now, but the one thing that I've learned by putting myself out there is that we really need to know people skills. And that's not people pleasing, but just putting yourself out there in uncomfortable situations while talking to people. You really need to know how to talk to people, you really need to know what to talk to people about, and you will only know that after going out there and talking. The skill here I'm talking about are the soft skills. Like when I did theatre, I lost stage fright. I lost that fear of not being able to talk to multiple people. So it was really like a mix of these soft skills that added to my confidence much later on in the future. Today I can make new and hold conversations for long with other people, and that is because of these soft skills. I would not call myself an extrovert, but I know for a fact that when needed, I can actually go out there without worrying. I'm still yet to get better at it, but I can survive, and I accept putting myself out there in uncomfortable situations to grow. So I think this is a set of skills that is very essential for you to learn as a student, which will help you a lot later in life. Next question. Is it good if I leave academic study and start YouTube only? Nope. You can do studies and academics both, and only when you start earning by your content, or it hits to a level that you think you can sustain yourself without studying and going further with it, then take the step of leaving studies. Studies and content can be managed together. One thing does not need to be dropped out completely until it becomes like a full-time thing for you. Next deep question. I'm moving to Mumbai very soon for studies. Is Mumbai safe and fun for girls for small town? Yes. I've been to a couple of cities in India, and I think Mumbai has been the safest of all. Yes, I found a bunch of odd men here and there, but I think generally speaking, Mumbai is definitely a lot more safer than other cities when it comes to you shifting and you trying to build your life over there. You will find road with cars even at 2-3 a.m. You will find traffic even at 11 p.m. My point being, if you're traveling late as well, oh my god, there's a cockroach on my camera. I think every city is safe until the cockroaches come in. That was epic though when I was talking about safety, and that's when an insect lands on your camera. Thank God I had hit at my studio. Anyway, I have a lot of friends who are not from Mumbai and from different cities, and I've made these friends because they came to my city and they came here for work, or they came here for education and for college primarily. From their experience, from whatever I've heard from them, it has been safe for them as well. And adulting has hit them completely in Mumbai. Next question. How did you handle the situation of not clearing NIFT, and instead of letting it make you feel like a failure for any longer than a day, you let it fuel you into becoming who you are? Please share your journey and give the life lessons you learned. Thank you. Lots of love. I think I spoke a lot about my NIFT journey and my rejections that I faced through it. What did I do after and everything. But one of the things that I will also say, I literally wept like a baby, and I thought, this is it. I will never be able to pursue my dreams. But I think today, if I had to think like that, I'm happy that it didn't work out in the way that I tried for it to. And I'm also really happy that I didn't give up on the dream completely after it, because let me tell you, I got into every single university, government or private, apart from NIFT, the things I got too overconfident in. I learned my lesson there, and I did not give up on the dream, because that's something that I really wanted to do, and a test would not define my willingness to do it. So instead of completely drowning yourself in emotions in things that reject you, I think you should learn from it and not give up on it if that is something that's really your calling, and find other ways to do the same dream or to follow that dream. So yep, that's my personal life lesson. Next, from which board have you studied? CBSE, ICSE, etc. I have studied from IGCSE. I've actually done Cambridge University and studied IG from 1st to 10th. Next question. Tell me how you speak English so confidently. You know what? I will tell you, when you want to learn a language, you keep talking in that language, and that's how you get the fluency in it. That's exactly what happened with English. In school, we were told that we'll be punished if we don't talk in English. So English was like a compulsion, not like we didn't talk in Hindi. The circle that I made, people majorly talked in English. If I'm like really frank with you, then I will talk in ekdam guttery Hindi. And honestly, me and my best friend have always spoken in English to each other. So yeah, I think I became more fluent and more confident in English via my environment. I also remember when I used to read way long back, I used to underline all the words that I found really great, and thought I would use them in my talking style. Basically my vocab. I loved increasing my vocab that way. But now I would really like to say कि English सुधारते सुधारते मेरी हिंदी खराब हो गई थोड़ी सी. I can speak in शुद्ध हिंदी, I can read शुद्ध हिंदी, but fluently I think I'm more comfortable with English right now. And that takes us to the final deep question. How was your student life and friend circle? Ever felt left out, being used, or having the fakest of friends? Duh. I think every person goes through it. I've had so many friendship breakups that any other friendship breakup that happens today adds to a lot of trauma, builds onto my anxiety, and I'm not using these words very lightly. It genuinely adds to a trauma. I've lost some of my really good friends like in school and in college, and I think everyone goes through it, and sometimes it's just good that you guys are not friends. I have felt left out, but I've gone past through it. It's when we were teenagers, it's when we were building and learning through friendships, and I think it's okay. It's okay because it's a part and parcel of life. I would still say the few people that I've been friends with for so long now are people that I love hanging out with, are people that I've had fights with, but I've also resolved them. So it's really the intention in the end. It's really how deep your friendship is in the end. It's not like I've never realized that this person is not a good friend and I need to cut them off, and I haven't. I have done that. But yes, one thing that I understood is that you need to really figure out who to be friends with, and it comes over time. It comes through a lot of trial and errors. Anyway, that was all about my education and my experiences, life lessons, etc., whatever I've dealt and whatever I've gone through. I hope this was useful in some way to you, and if it was, I am just very happy that it did serve the purpose that I made the video for. I hope this clears a lot of questions that I keep receiving on my education, and in case you do have any questions that I've not answered, please leave them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Next time मैं कौन सा Q&A रखूँ? I have done education, I have done random facts about me, but in case there's something else that you would want to know, please let me know in the comments. Cool, leave a like if you like the video. मैं बहुत बातें करती हूँ. If you want me to like come talk, still leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's so close to 1 million, so thank you so much for supporting me in what I love to do.